Yo, fam, we're back. It's your boy Karim Hendricks from K Capital. And today I just want to do a very important video, something that I think is going to change your trading game. How to have better trading results. That's what we're going to talk about today, right? So, what I want you to understand is that when you're trading, we're different from other entrepreneurs that are creating cars, that are getting products and apps, right? In the forex market, in the stock market, we don't really create anything. That's the truth, right? And the only thing that we can make is money. That's the only thing we can make, right? So if you're trading and you're not making money, or you're not withdrawing, you're only depositing, then there's something that is wrong, and there's no reason to actually continue. You know what I'm saying? You cannot keep donating money to the market. You'd rather do something else, right? So what I'm going to share with you is one of the elements that I think, like, if you start following it, it's going to actually help you increase your trading results, right? So the first thing that I want you to understand is that you need to be patient when it comes to trading, right? And I want you to see it as patience, like a being paid to wait. Because the problem with a lot of people is whenever they get on the charts, they see the charts moving, and what they want to do is to enter that, and they get trapped on the way. And then when they're in loss, they're gonna hold, say, "Oh, you know what? The trade is gonna come back to and go my direction," and they're gonna bleed. They're gonna bleed. It can go for hours, it can go for days against them, and until the count is blown, right? So that's how all the traders are. They don't have patience. They just want to get in a trade and they get trapped. All the traders get trapped. That's why 90% of the traders do not make money. It's because of this. So in trading, what I want you to understand is that you get paid for waiting for the right opportunity, right? You wait for the right opportunity. And so the first thing I want you to understand is that trading, you need to see it more of a long term, right? You don't get into trading right now and say, okay, I'm going to make thousands, I'm going to make a million, you know what I'm saying? Today, you don't get into trading with such a mindset. You need to see it as a business. As any other business, you go every day, you get customers, 10 customers come, 3 customers come. But if you compound that for the week, if you compound that for the month, that makes a lot of money, right? So I want you to trade having the long term in mind. I want you to have in the long term in mind, not just about today. I know, you see, if you're into trading and you want money, you want to pay your rent, you want to pay your school fees, or you want money like no, 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 that's actually a very wrong mindset into trading with, because it's going to force you, like, you're going to be emotional, and it's going to force you to eat each and every trade that you see, right? So right now on the waiting part, like how to have better trading results, I'm gonna get into charts, and I'm gonna show you some of the things why I'm saying waiting is important, patience is important, and you find the right opportunity, then you can enter, right? So when you're waiting, the beautiful thing about waiting is this: you don't get trapped. That's the first thing. You don't get trapped, right? And secondly, what happens is that even if you're wrong on your trade, your stop loss is not going to be so huge, and it's defined as well with structure, with market structure, right? And like when you enter trade in the middle of structure, or in the middle of nowhere, and then you stop where you put a stop loss will be like very far, and sometimes you may not even put a stop loss because you're going to say, okay, I'm just going to hold this um, until it goes my direction, and that's going to happen until you bleed, right? So I'm just going to get into charts right now. Let me go to VIX. I'm going to use this as an example because I was trading it. So I want to get into this, and I want to show you how patience is very important, right? And one of the things I want you to understand is this. If you go here, let me just go on my. One of the things I want you to understand is this: the market ranges 70% of the time. 70% of the time, the market is ranging, right? Okay, let's just stop this. So 70% of the time, the market is ranging. Of the time, market is ranging. Uh, okay, let's just report it. Okay, let me put red so you understand what's really happening. So what I want you to understand is that 70% of the time the market ranges. Okay, so what that means, it means that the market does not have a direction. 70% of the time it goes sideways. Then after that, after the breakout, that's when it creates a trend, right? So when you enter now, when the market is running, that's when you get trapped in the wrong direction. And when you get trapped in the wrong direction, um, and if you have not put your stop loss, then it's going to blow your account, all right? Or if you've put your stop loss, it means you can actually lose a lot of money because you continuously get stopped out until a 10,000 account gets to 2,000, gets to zero, because you're continually being stopped out, right? So I'm going to give you an example here. If you can see what happened here, right? So the market was actually falling down until it got to here, right? Then when it got to here, it tried going up, but it failed, and then it came back up. It did the same thing. So when it got here, it was going up and down. So this is what I call a range or a sideways market, right? And actually, most cases, the way you can trade this range, the other strategy, you can use support or resistance. As you can see, when it gets here, there's support, then there's a resistance. So you can actually sell here, then buy here, sell here, and then buy here, right? But it's cool. You can have like good profits and stuff like that. So you just put your stop loss maybe somewhere around down the structure, or maybe down the structure, right? But the problem with this is that you can easily get trapped. So I would actually recommend, like, if you want to have high probability trades, right? You don't have to be trading something like this. As you can see, there's not really much profit here, right? So what you need to do is you need to take your trend line, right? And then show where that support and resistance is, just show where it is. And then whenever there's a breakout, then it's going to create a trend, right? So here's the thing now. What I want you to understand is that, that's another topic for another day. Like, okay, how do you trade a breakout? How do you know that this is a real breakout or it's not? But basically what I'm saying is it's more, you're going to get a more profitable trade if the market gets out of this zone than trading in this zone. For example, let's say someone who was selling, they say, okay, I'm gonna sell, like what happened here, it broke out, or this was a fake breakout, and then they sold. Look what happened to them. Look what happened to them. The market has been going, it's really going against them, right? It's because they traded in the range. But if they were waiting and then realized, okay, this is a fake breakout, and then it got back in the range, it's still in the range, and then now there's a breakout, right? It was going to be a profitable trade. And I actually sent this to before this happened. I sent this to to one of my students here on WhatsApp. Yeah, I was actually saying, all right, this is how it was going down. I even said, okay, the market is ranging right now. So two things are going to happen. If it breaks out from this side, then it's going to go up. Then if it breaks out from this side, then it's going to go down, all right? But as it breaks out from this side, we're going to have another tutorial where I'm going to try, or you can join our mentorship program as well, where we can show you in detail like how to trade breakouts and how do you see when the trend is beginning, right? We actually have a course on that. But basically, this is what we were talking about yesterday. We could see before this move happened, we could see what was going to happen, right? And it rallied on the upside, which was great. If you come here again, you see the same thing: range, breakout, and then rallied on the upside. And this is like an hourly chart as well, yeah. And let me just try find a sell example. Okay, if you come here, there was a range, right? The market was coming up and then there was a range. So ranges are important. When you see range, you gotta love them, okay? Like most traders are bored and say, okay, the market is ranging, or I cannot make money. No, be patient. Wait and wait for the range to give you a confirmation, right? So I can say this was a kind of fake breakout, but it was actually profitable to some extent because it broke out, then retested this zone, and then went up. So the other thing, so that's what I'm saying, like first thing, as you see on my document here, I was saying that you need to wait um, for this breakout. You need to wait for these ranges to stop, right? Or for let's say a range, it was ranging all this time to stop. Wait for that to happen, and then you can enter trade. So usually what happens is when it breaks out, it can either retest, like it breaks out and then comes back, so you buy after. But we buy after, let's say you see this bullish engulfing candle, so that can be confirmation to buy, and then you buy, and then you put a stop loss maybe somewhere right here. So this was like a good trade. Let's say put a stop loss here, that's like 1 to 3, it was actually a good trade. And then, but it was kind of fake out because what we were looking for a trend. This is not really a trend, but it was a movement, which was nice. And then it came back, and when it came back, it took out all the stop losses here and then came back, and then we saw the real direction of the market has been going down ever since. So I want you to take high probability trades. These are the type of trades that I want you to have, where you enter sell here, look what's happening, look what's happening, look what's happening, you're in profit and profit. This is an hourly trade. Hourly chart, that means this trade went out for like 3 days, 4 days, 6 days. You're holding a very profitable trade. So that's what I want you to understand, guys. When it comes to trading, I just gave you a strategy right now. Learn to wait. Don't enter every trade that you see. I know you need money. I know you need to make money and solve your problems, but you don't solve it that way. You actually make it worse because you're gonna lose the money. So the first thing is that wait, see if the market is ranging. I can even do this on can go on an asset. You find the same thing. All right, you need to see when the market is not doing well and wait for breakout and wait for confirmation. So for confirmations, you can look for candlestick patterns. You can also look for price action patterns. Like for example, here there was actually a double bottom, right? I don't really like trade 100% on this, but they just give you an idea on where like the buy is coming, right? And as much as the market was ranging, but it ranged and then it created this, that means the buy was coming. But look what happened. It broke. Normally we say when it breaks here, we buy, right? But then it didn't break. It came back down. And then after that, it rallied on the upside. It was a nice trade. So that's some of the things that, guys, you can do for you to start having better, better trading results. See you in another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel.